Welcome to the Fandemic Presents a Lone Star Reviews. This is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that don't. Each episode, I'm going to take a beloved movie, TV show, or something. I'll read some of his worst reviews, then give you my 2 cents and find out if I agree or not, all in about 15 minutes or less, 15 and 20 minutes. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and this is a Lone Star Reviews. We're going to get right into it today. We are going to talk a little bit about The Flash, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, and No Hard Feelings. My quick thoughts on all these. I like The Flash. It was fine. Yes, Ezra Miller's a piece of crap, but I thought the movie was okay. I think that they set up perfectly so a couple things they should have done, and I'll get more into that after the Lone Star Review. Indiana Jones, same way. Okay, so I base the reviews I choose solely on the title alone and have not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words. I normally no talk good. I will do my best to read them as I see it, punctuation, good, bad, and all. So here we go for The Flash. So the title is To Be So Repulsed by a Movie That You Are Physically Disturbed by It. Let's see what this is all about. Warning, spoilers. I don't know what it is with DC movies. I cannot seem to understand how it is so hard for them to make a movie that isn't some form of over the top levels of skin crawling discomfort. They didn't know how to portray Superman in the first of these colossal mistakes, and they end it with the same sort of trash before. So, spoilers coming in IMDb. This is going to be brief and uncomfortably difficult to get through. For who? Everything in this movie is done incorrectly, from the time travel to the character inclusion to the story interaction to the final parts themselves. It is as if DC sat at the table and asked, what would anger the fans the most? And then, when a lot had been given, let's go with all the suggestions. Batman is a nothing burger in the movie, relegated to being a bitter old man. Supergirl doesn't actually do anything, and the Mad Goose Wizard himself, Barry Allen's story is butchered beyond belief. No Professor Zoom, no Reverse Flash, no real casualty of reason for enemy to be created in the hero being the hero thing. And to sum it all up, as Barry is undergoing everything, we get cameos and deep fakes of Christopher Reeves, George Reeves, two people who are the most well-known for playing Superman in the history of the role. And Helen Slater, the actress who played Supergirl in the ill-fated 87 movie of the same name. That was the part that disgusted me beyond all means. And I know why it was put in the movie. For a long time, we said Reeves is the best Superman, and this is the WB, and DC saying, here have Reeves, have anything just like our movie. I said I was done with superhero movies, that they're what the heck? They spelled that weird. Formulaic. Sure, we'll go with that. Story and increasingly badly written plot lines were just going to keep getting worse. And this has taken the cake. No understanding of Flashpoint, no reason for cameo characters, no point to the movie itself, insulting use of classic historical characters and actors for useless fan baiting reasons. Let The Flash be the epitome of how bad the superhero movie genre has gotten and why it should be stopped. Good Lord, this was bad. A couple things I want to push back for. It is implied as Flashpoint, but it's not really Flashpoint. As some of the same strings, but it's not. Do I think that they made mistakes making this movie? Yes, they could easily replace Ezra Miller at any point in the movie. Michael Keaton is fantastic and is probably the best part of it. Supergirl, there is absolutely nothing wrong with Sasha Calle as Supergirl. The whole switch George Clooney at the end, you know what? Again, that just proves my point that they should have the person that comes out of the Speed Force should not have been Ezra Miller. It should have been a different Flash, even if it was for that. They should have made it Grant Gustin or something. With that being said, let's see how the ratings are. On the Fandemic scale, I would give it I give it 7 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, was 63% on the tomato meter and 83% on the audience score. And IMDb is a 6.8 out of 10. And there was 122 one stars on this one. So I think I'm right in the middle there. So it's fine. You know, they made choices that I wouldn't have made, but hey, I didn't make the rules. Let's talk. Oh, did the reviews change my opinion? No, they didn't. Let's talk about Lone Star Review 2. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This one is titled Disney Gonna Disney. Are you ready? Sadly, this movie is everything we expected it to be. A generic, boring, soulless deconstruction of yet another beloved franchise. The action is flashy, unconvincing CGI. The writing and characterization suffer from the all too familiar tropes of postmodern filmcraft. A strong female, Mary Sue, who is never wrong, constantly berates and humiliates male character for his problematic past. Formerly beloved hero emasculated and revised to better fit the lens of a particular viewpoint. And he's like 80. Plot points and character growth from previous films in the franchise erased for the sake of the lame imitations masquerading as nostalgia. All positivity and hopefulness removed in favor of ham-fisted messaging. Not only does Dial of Destiny not stand out, to put it mildly, when compared to movies in general, it also falls on its face as an Indiana Jones film. While previous indie movies utilized legendary artifacts as intriguing mysteries with incredible and misunderstood powers, the Dial of Destiny turns out to be one of the lamest, silliest treasures yet. Although I guess we can praise the Dial for being slightly less stupid than this Crystal Skull. Indiana Jones himself is now tired and boring, lacking in both the charm and crustiness that he is known for. Instead of trading barbs with his companions in seductive undertones, he simply grumbles about being old and remains a doormat for Helena Shaw for the entire movie. Voller is a cartoonish villain whose plan makes as much sense as the plot of The Last Jedi. In short, this movie was terrible. The most positive thing I can say in conclusion is that thanks to its poor performance in the box office, it's unlikely the team that made this movie will bother making a sequel. Wow. Okay. My thoughts on the movie. I liked the movie up until the end. And then it was like you gave Indiana Jones the perfect ending, but then you didn't stop and you kept going. Then you not only did you keep going, but you gave it a mile long or a 2,000-year plot hole. Enough said on that. Let's see what else. Fandemic still, even with the ending, I'm still going to give this a 7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes rated it at 69%, so I'm right in line with that. On the tomato meter, 88% of the audience score, and IMDb rated this 6.7 out of 10 with 117 Alone Star reviews. So I didn't change my opinion. No. Okay, Lone Star number 3. This one is No Hard Feelings, and I don't really have much to say about this one. It's funny, and I think that's all I wanted it to be going into it. So it checked that box for me. So with that being said, I got some spoilers. The title of this Lone Star review is Disgusting Example of Grooming. All right, let's see where this goes. This is a long one, too. Disappointed and confused. Didn't laugh once. Not funny, raunchy, and disgusting. People around me said it was one of the worst movies of all time, and I agree. This is not a rom-com. It's a disgusting portrayal of a smart man going off to college and then being deceived by his parents to start a relationship with a 32-year-old hot mess of a woman. There are at least a few references to adults having sex with teenagers, having sex with high school teachers, then joking the teacher went to jail, but that's okay because she married her student in the long run. If any if any 32-year-old man or woman find it okay to accept a bribe to sleep with a teenager, they need to have a mental health evaluation. But this is okay, right? Because it's celebrities and only just a movie. Harmless. This film also focuses on the theme of kids need to learn how to drink alcohol and lose their virginity before going to college, or they are a loser, nerd freak, making sex seem cheap and impersonal. They have condoms at one point, but in the bedroom scene, the teenager's not using condoms. Another great message. The character parents seem not to care about pregnancy or disease, but rather their teenage boy that they coddled all his life must grow up in the next 2 months before going away to college. Just wow. I can't believe she agreed to this film. She must love money and love supporting inappropriate teenage adult relationships. The age of consent in New York is 17. The character is 19. The 32-year-old woman is constantly pressuring the guy the whole movie, making him feel less because he is book smart and wants his first time to be with someone meaningful. Man Eater was the main song. All around terrible and unrealistic portrayals of insanely irresponsible behavior with no punishment repercussions. Silver Lining Playbook had a large age grab too, and yes, people took issue with that. To say nobody cared is not true. That was the 10-year ago, and I'd hope as a society we've learned much more in the past several years about child grooming and trafficking in this country. Yet Hollywood continues to glamorize the sexualization of kids. Yeah, it's just a movie, but I guarantee thousands and thousands of minors will be or already have watched this. I would hope parents would see the problem. They should have made the kid a college grad instead of a fresh out of high school, still an age gap, but they portray the high school grad as an immature child, not one ready for the consequences of all the various illegal activities in this movie. It's sick. Whoever came up with this idea should be locked up. It blows my mind that adults write these scripts and shoot the whole film. Absolutely no decency in Hollywood. I got to push back a little bit on this one. This one, if you go into a movie looking for a political agenda, you're going to find it, and I don't think that was in the intention at all. I mean, they're all consenting adults in this. So, I mean, if the kid was 17 going to be a senior or something like that, I mean, look at American Pie back in there. That doesn't hold up very well in today's camera lens, but it is what it is. And man, this guy had a lot of haterade on the movie. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it, but really, you kept on saying that this is grooming. They're consenting adults. So I guess, whatever, man. Your opinions are valid to you, and that's fine. If it was a 17 or a 15-year-old or something like that, I can see more of a problem. But it was a 19-year-old. So not only was it 18, it was 19. So there's my thoughts. And for my review on here, I'll give this a 6 out of 10. It was good, it was funny, and check that box, but really nothing much more than that. Rotten Tomatoes was 70% on the tomato meter, 87% audience score, and IMDb rated this at a 6.4 out of 10 with 18 alone star reviews on there. So just 18 one-star reviews. Did the reviews change my opinion? No, not at all. Again, if you're looking for a political agenda, you're going to find it in anything you do. So just don't look for politics, because politics should not be running the world right now. But okay, enough of that. On a brighter side, you can follow me at Facebook at Fandemic, TikTok at the Fandemic1, Twitter at Fandemic3, or message me on the Facebook. Let me know what movies you want me to cover. So If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic. You can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN. Pandemic. Brian and I will toast you or roast you on the next episode. You can become an assistant, an episode assistant, an episode producer, a pre-event producer like Stacy, or yes, you could be part of the Council of Nerds, starting at $5 a month. Become a monthly supporter on Anchor. And go to PayPal or Venmo if you want to help me out just once, or I won't say no to any monies at Bradley Butin, or just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review and watch this for more podcasts, The Fandemic, Revenge of the Nerds. Pretty much got a whole bunch of different types of episodes that I like to do, and you never know what you're going to get. I do keep a Lone Star pretty constant. I try to get one out a week, at least one. I'm working on something a little bit more a little more regular for this as well. But I like to have my nerd time with Brian, where we just kind of nerd out and we just kind of fan out about stuff. So hope everybody has a great day. Don't let today end. And why didn't I? Have a great day.